Hey kids, a question for you again. Seems like I always have a question for you. Have you ever had a friend move away? Or maybe have you had grandma and grandpa come over to your house for a long period of time and all of a sudden they had to go back home? Or maybe you were at grandma and grandpa's house for a long time and then you had to go back home. Maybe you'll get to do something like that this summer. How did you feel in that situation? How would you feel in that situation? I think if we ask a lot of people how they would feel, they would probably say they felt sad. They felt sad because once that person moved away, or once grandma and grandpa went back home, or you left grandma and grandpa's, you feel sad because you don't get to see that person and talk to that person, be around that person every single day. Well, just a little bit after the hymn, we're going to talk about something called Jesus' Ascension, when Jesus went up into heaven 40 days after Easter. And what I want to tell you is that the ascension, when Jesus went up into heaven, when the disciples saw him go up in the clouds, it's not a sad thing like when your friend maybe moves away, or maybe again when grandma and grandpa go back home, or you leave grandma and grandpa's at a long time. It's very much different, and here's why it's different. It's different because after Jesus came to live, and then he died on the cross for our sins, all the bad things we do every single day, well, then he rose, and then he went up into heaven. That's what we call, again, the ascension. And he went up to heaven so that he could continue doing things for you and for me. And so right now, the Bible tells us that in heaven, he is watching over every single person in this world, every one of his children that he loves, making sure that we have everything that we need. He's up there in heaven right now. And as he's watching you and me, he's making sure that even some of the bad things in this life, things like we're hearing about the coronavirus, or maybe even when somebody dies, he takes even those things that seem bad at the time for you and me, and he promises that he's going to make sure that they're going to be okay for us and for our faith, and that they're not going to be something that can make us stop being his children. And there's one big difference, too, from having Jesus ascend up into heaven and versus maybe having one of your friends move away, or, again, maybe grandma and grandpa going back home for a long time. Even though Jesus went up into heaven, you and I, we can still talk to him every single day. And we can talk to him about anything. And unlike grandma and grandpa, who, as they're getting older, probably need a little bit of sleep, right, grandparents? And even like your friend that moves away and that needs sleep too, right? Unlike them, you can talk to Jesus in prayer anytime. Not just when the sun's up, but you can talk to him anytime that you want to ask him questions, or that you feel that you need to talk to him about something. And so I just want to remind you that Jesus ascended, but he's not gone from us. He's still watching over you. He still takes care of you. And again, you can talk to him anytime by praying to him, and he'll talk back to you when you hear and you read and you study his word like you are right now. And so may God help you do that. We're going to continue now with our hymn of the day. Our hymn of the day is hymn number